Hi, everybody. Welcome to another movie chat with Tom Hagnati and Tim Allen. And we're ready to talk about movies maybe that we've seen since we last were here. We come here every Monday, pretty much. Different times. This time it's early. It's 5:30 p.m. Eastern. We're here early today. A lot of times we're not here till around 7 p.m. Eastern, but it has to do with schedules and so forth. And as Tim often says, he wishes he had a flexible schedule as I do, right? Tim,
Yep.
Sure. All right. So I have just a few movies to talk about. They're the same old things. Movies I've seen many, many times. Nothing new that I've seen. But I got some theater experiences to talk about, which an interesting one. And we got a few people watching. We have so far we only have Ramoga and Joseph Mantaneo's here. Hello, Ramoga.
What's doing? Joseph.
Hello, Joseph Mantaneo or Joe or Joey.
We were just talking. Yesterday about the new Amazon page for Paul McCartney and all the new T-shirts that you can get just on the Paul McCartney's page on Amazon. So
very nice. Save that for the music. Oh, Penny Lane, what's going on here? She is. Well, folks, what is going on? What this past week? Have you guys been doing your homework, so to speak? You watch some movies? Tom, did you get out anywhere to the theater?
Well, no, because
McCartney. You see McCartney.
Yeah, I've been traveling. Last week I was in Minneapolis to see the show. This week I'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Next week I'll be in New Orleans. So I don't know when I'm going to get to the theater again, but soon. But I did watch a movie on Blu-ray last night. So
yeah. Okay, let me just get rid of this one here. Okay. Let's see. Good timing, Cherry Carter says. Well, like I said, this is earlier. I don't know what's better. It seems to be a good crowd here already, considering. So what is this? Is that Richard? It's that Richard James picture, so I don't know why it's Green Day Junkie. He's got the same tired sense of humor, so it must be Richard James. So anyway, I have not been successful, of course, like I never am in October, watching a lot of horror movies. Not successful again. But I hear that Tim has actually watched some horror movies that I'm anxious to hear about. What they're from one set, so we'll get to it. Did you pick Tim? In the meantime, did you pick up anything?
Yeah, I did. I picked up two things.
Oh, well, why don't you show us?
Yeah, let's see.
Usually I'm not first. Well, the first one is music, but it's a DVD. It's a concert, so it counts. And I watched like 20 minutes of this, and it's fantastic. It reminds me that when these bloated groups go on stage these days with like 15 of them, you don't need that. 3 guys is enough. I found the Stray Cats for $2, Rumble in Brixton. This thing is fantastic. They're older. It's a reunion show from the early 2000s. They're older, so they're not punks anymore, which is a good thing actually. They're doing pure rockabilly, and it's great. What I've seen of it is 3 guys. It's pretty amazing, and it comes with a nice book, which actually has quite a few pages. It's
good for the DVDs I've ever seen. It's good for 2 songs.
Well, no.
They have like sexy. Wait a minute. Rock This Town, Stray Cat Strut, Sexy and 17.
That's it.
It's not it. It's not it. These guys are fans. Brian Setzer, I think, it might be the world's most underrated guitarist. He is.
Well, wait a minute. By the way, let me say something.
Nobody ever talks about him, and it's a shame.
I'm glad you had to talk. Last time I was going to say that I watched a DVD that I bought, Fleetwood Mac, Making of Rumors. I think that Behind the Music special or something it is.
Right.
Or the album. I don't know, classic album series or something. I didn't talk about it because it was music, but you know, a movie's a movie. A movie's a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really a movie, but whatever.
We could talk about TV, so we could talk about that.
Right.
Anyway,
by the way,
that's enough of that. It's great. If you ever see it, pick it up. It's great.
I wanted to say hello to Philip because I never see him there, and I missed him before, so I just wanted to say hello. Wait a minute, what's going on with different names? Like, this is Beatletti, isn't it? This is Beatletti. Like, what's going on here?
I think YouTube's changed. I think YouTube's changed their things.
Something's going on here, and you know what I think it is?
No, this started a couple days ago. YouTube is now you're a different thing when you go up there. You know,
I think what this is
it added the at. It added the at, and it's added your number at the end, and yeah, it's YouTube.
This is the handle. This is now showing the handles, I think, which is I've said to everybody many times. I always believe you should match your regular screen name on YouTube with your handle. It should be the same. Like I mean Mr. Mayo on my other one, for example, or in here. I'm Mr. CineMayo, my title, and my handle is also Mr. CineMayo. So you know it's not like Gollum 348X, like so you don't know who the hell I am. Yeah. So it is actually good because this way it's actually a good thing because this way trolls can't come up here anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I think that's probably why they did it, but.
Well, they could be trolls, but the idea is you got to be really careful, like because you're not allowed. Two people are not allowed to use now. Like this one here, I know it's Cherry Carter. Well, she's got the avatar, and plus, now what's the deal with this?
I just wanted to see what mine would look like. That's all.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but you see this here too. That's yours.
Yeah.
Get the number out of there. Because somebody could come up, Tom Hunyadi 7208, and I'll think it's you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
This could be more of a problem, actually. Now that I think of it.
It's just YouTube playing around. They're constantly playing around.
Thank you, but I don't know. You know, now I don't know who's who anymore. Yeah, this here, like I said, I happen to know that this is Beatletti, but I wouldn't have known if I didn't know that your JPM. Was already used. See, that's the thing. Okay. I saw Brian Setzer in concert a couple of years ago. Great concert.
Yeah, I've never seen the Stray Cats or him just solo, but I've seen Brian Setzer Orchestra 2 or 3 times, and they're fantastic. Just amazing.
Well, wait a minute. Well, I just thought of something. You showed me what you bought, not necessarily watched, but you did talk about it.
No, I watched a little of that. Yeah, I still have one more thing to show you, but
right,
I just talked about it. I've seen like 20 minutes of it. That's all I've seen.
Well, what else you got?
Blow them up again.
I found this and I couldn't resist it. A 4-pack of Charlie Chan films.
All right, well, I got all of those, so I'm gonna get that.
So so there you go. So I'll be diving into Charlie Chan one of these days.
Oh, you know how many Charlie Chan movies I got back there? At least 40.
Honorable number 1 son.
So now are those sequels, or are they just standalone films with the same
standalone films?
Okay.
Yeah, they're always standalone films. You can watch them in any order. It's that's the way.
But sometimes they may be direct sequels within the standalone if they want to make a sequel. But
they'll always be a flashback or something to tell you anything you need to know, so you can watch them in any order you want.
Ah, very good.
All right, gotcha. I'm nuts.
So anyway, that's what I picked up. Just
Charlie Chan. Go again. That's it.
I'm calling everybody. It's a habit I got now, by the way. I call everybody numbnuts. It doesn't matter if it's male, female, friend, relative. Hey, numbnuts. It's a bad habit I've got.
Why are you calling this?
I showed this on Doc's channel. This was a good deal. The complete series, Addams Family, and it's Halloween time. And I'm a Munsters guy. It's the old thing. Are you a Munsters guy or an Addams Family guy? Always and forever a Munsters guy. I've seen some of this throughout my life, but never really. I'm not really familiar with the episodes. This would all be new, really, to watch episodes all the way through. And I just never loved it. But this was sealed, the whole series, for $10. So for $10, why not? And that's what I picked up this last week. Tom, what did you pick up, if anything? Nothing.
I picked up a poster and a shirt.
Yeah.
And guess what? When we do this show next week, guess what I'm going to pick up? Another poster and another McCartney shirt.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I saw Paths of Glory a long time ago. I enjoyed it, even though I don't like war movies, because of Kubrick. That's why I liked it.
One of Kirk Douglas's best performance, in my opinion.
By the way, Tim, last night on Turner Classic Movies at 8 o'clock, they showed Vertigo. Ooh. And I said, remember I told you I really want to give that a good chance again?
Uh-huh.
I didn't really give it a proper chance. With one time I saw it, I didn't like it at all. So I'm like, I really want to see that. But I almost watched it, but my girlfriend and I opted to watch something else. So we didn't see it. But I did at some point when a commercial came on for what we were watching, I flipped over to Vertigo, and all it was like a boring scene of Jimmy Stewart in a restaurant looking over at somebody. I'm like, man, that's what all I remember about it is Dullsville. But I only watched a minute and a half. Oh God.
It's not dull. I didn't like it at first either. I saw it on a huge screen. I mean, I saw it in its premiere. When it got restored at the Uptown Theater. They had the world premiere at the Uptown Theater in Washington, D.C. And I didn't go to the premiere, but I went like that week. They kept it another week or two or whatever. And I never liked the film till I saw it like huge on
the proper way, I guess.
And then I'm like, yeah, this is really good. Yeah.
Josh, Josh Dillard is not making too much sense here. There's not a movie called Frankenstein Meets the Monster. There's Frankenstein Meets the Space Monster. There's maybe the Monsters. I don't know what that is, but you got to let me know. Please clarify.
Could you put that into words which even Caesar could understand?
Thank you very much. So I can know exactly what movie you are talking about. Vertigo, up there with my favorite Hitchcock films. I was not surprised to find out that at the beginning of the movie, he was saying it was not well received at first when it first came out. Later on, it became a real big classic.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to go through some comments because we got stuff we have to show here and talk about. So I think Monsters and Addams Family are on par, both brilliant. Not to me from what I've seen. But
I'm an Addams Family guy, so
I'm sure. I had a feeling because we disagree so much. Underrated action films recommendations, less known films preferably. Okay. Recently ordered the Hammer Horror 8-film Blu-ray collection. I didn't own any of the films in the set, so I figured it was the perfect time to check out some more Hammer films. It was always a good time. Today, the Hammer film Dracula AD 1972 was on, I think it was TCM, and I know the movie. But I watched the last, half an hour of it because I was caught it at the end, and I'm like, man, this is I want to like that movie a lot more than I do. We got Christopher Lee, and you got Peter Cushing again reuniting in 1972. But what is this all about?
Do you get blue in the winter, Joe? Or depressed because there's no sun or it's cloudy all the time? It's just gray.
That's horrible. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it?
You want to get depressed and during the winter, move to Chicago. It's gray for 5 to 6 months. It's terrible during the winter time. Sherry,
where I live too.
Yeah. Cherry, I know of the movie, but I haven't watched it yet. But I will now that you I'll seek it out and get it since you mentioned it.
There you go. Well, it's considered a great movie. I mean, I'm again in the minority. I admit that, But who knows? When I see it again, maybe I like it.
I think it's a movie that takes more than one watch to love, though. I think it's not a one watch and you go, wow, this is the best movie ever made.
You know, I can agree with that, Tim, because I remember the first time I saw it was when they not remastered it, but they restored it. Okay, and they had it in theaters there in the late 90s.
Yeah, that's when I saw.
I thought like half. And then I thought like half it was great, and I thought the other half was kind of boring. But then I picked it up on Blu-ray, and then I watched it again, and I was like, yeah, this is one of the better Hitchcock movies.
Yeah, I mean, it has to. It's a film that has to take its time, so that you understand what Jimmy Stewart's going through and everything. You can't just explain it; you have to show it, and that takes time.
Well, what I say is, again, like I say so many times with movies or music albums. If you watch something one time and you're like, you get nothing out of it, you're like, I don't want to ever see this again. Well, you need to give it a couple of views, man. You got to give it another. It's like, why would you, if you didn't like it? In my case, the reason is because of its reputation is why I would maybe give it another try. If it was just any old movie, I wouldn't give it a second chance. That's why I gave Pet Sounds a few chances too, because it was considered a great album. So, Gravediggers in the Premature Burial of Whistling a Tune. Oh, okay. Now I got you. I don't know what we're talking about, but all right. I think I got you. I watched Vertigo on 4K not so long ago. Brilliant film.
Very good.
Yeah. So what's did we get the monster one? Because I got to catch up here. I really got to catch up here. Kino Lorber releasing the Abbott and Costello Meat series.
Yeah, I sent you that info, I think, or was that something else?
Okay, I'm not interested. However, I still say this. I don't care. This is another argument I don't want to get into again because I know where Tom stands on this, and probably Tim, I'm guessing. Like I love the old horror movies, the old monster movies. I'll talk about a couple of them soon from Universal. When I watch them, I don't like it. Universal, talk about Blu-ray now, not 4K. A little grainier than most other ones. I don't like that. I don't care if film grain makes up film. I don't want it to look that way. Most companies don't look that way. For example, I watched Murders in the Rue Morgue, which is another Universal movie from the 30s with Bela Lugosi, whose birthday's today. I think he'd be 140 something if he was alive. Anyway, born in 1880.
Oh, speaking of, Leonardo DiCaprio's production company is working on a Bela Lugosi biopic of his younger years.
Oh, I wish they'd do his whole life and get it right, other than that Ed Wood thing, which was as fun as Ed Wood is. Tim Burton, a very fun movie. It ain't that accurate as it should be with Lugosi. No. But anyway, so I watched Murders in the Rue Morgue, but I forget what's the company now that put it out. Oh. I don't know the company that put it. It wasn't Universal. It was somebody else, like leased, whatever they call it, a boutique label. And I can't think what label it was now, what Blu-ray. And the point is, it's got that smooth look I like. It's one of the best. It's not one of the best, in my opinion, of the early Universal 30s classic horror movies, but it looks one of the best because again, it looks like the way other companies do it. So. Yeah, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Got you there. Okay. Yeah, that other one that we were talking about. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. I saw them in the movie theater. Again, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. That's good work. Yeah,
I shaved. Yeah, that's what you're referring to. Yeah.
Oh, it is, huh? I need a shave. Vertigo is great. You need to have the right mindset. Well, that's like a lot of movies. Absolutely, that is true. Oh, I don't mind talking about Diane Keaton. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm talking fast. Just go. If you had something to say.
No. I just agree. That's it. Go ahead.
Well, we talked about Diane Keaton last week, and I don't know if Beatletti was here.
Yeah, well, because what do you want to say about her? The more I'm watching stuff of her interviews and everything, she really was like a fun, kind of like wacky kind of woman in a good way, I guess. But I don't like the way she dressed, but who am I to say?
I do. I think I'm not sure she was a fantastic actress. I think most of the time she played herself, which is fine because herself is great. But I think the character she played always or almost always had a lot to do with who she actually was, which is cool. I like that.
True that.
She worked with some of the greatest actors. I mean, you look at her filmography, and you know Warren Beatty, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Woody Allen. I mean, she's worked with the greats, and directors as well. She's worked with fantastic directors. So she had a fantastic career.
Yes, she did.
Okay, over.
It lasted, unlike a lot of actresses. Sorry, Joe, but a lot of actresses turned 40, 45, and they stopped.
Right.
A
few of them skip the stand
up to a few years ago.
A few of them get to stand the test of time, like Meryl Streep, Diane Keaton was able to do that as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm waiting.
Over. All
right. Original Tales from the Crypt. I haven't seen it in a long time. The one that stands out for me is Peter Cushing as the old man that's mistreated and comes back for revenge from the grave. I love that chapter. Then there's also, is that the one? I think that's the one with Joan Collins. I think that's the original Santa Claus one on Christmas. Santa Claus comes with an axe and all that to Joan Collins. I think that's that one. That's great. And it's funny that I vaguely remember the blind thing when they're building a trap. I can't remember it that well. What about the Kolchak series? I think it sucks. I love Darren McGavin as Kolchak, but I like the movies, The Night Stalker and The Night Strangler. Every time I think the series is weak. The TV series, I don't like it as much, even though he's good. I don't think it's as well done.
I think it had to be, but that's another, I mean, you couldn't have grisly stuff on network television.
Not about grisly. What I like about the movies aren't that they're grisly. It's just that that's not as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you had to lighten it up a little bit for a weekly thing back then. Now you could do it, but back then you really
well, that's not my problem with it. But whatever. It's not that it's lighter. Just not. I don't know. The stories aren't as good, in my opinion. But who am I? A lot of people love the TV series, I'm sure there's ones where the TV series was better than the movies. For example, The Odd Couple. That was like great writing.
You should stop trying to be annoying to me.
You gotta say that right.
I know.
You gotta say it right,
man.
You should stop being annoying to me.
The emphasis on the two.
Oh boy, you had a big day.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you had a busy day. You're kidding.
Oh, what a great!
The movie is better than the TV series.
Not even close. And this is a man who just watched the whole TV series, and you can't realize that Klugman and Randall were born to play those parts.
Maybe they were. But the movie's still better.
Not a chance. Everybody, like I said, we got to take a vote on it. Well, you know what the vote is of that, the general thing. Yeah, Scream Factory, of course. Thank you very much. Yeah, Scream Factory. Much better, whatever you want to call it. Transfer, mastering. It's got that. Nobody. A lot of people say, I don't like it smooth. I do. And it looks fucking great. Oh, man. Let's see. There's many films I watched once and not quite got. The second, they've just clicked. I agree. That happened to me many times, and I'm so glad. But like I said, life is short. There's a billion movies. It's like, and music albums. How many? How can you watch everything more once? And should they even get another view? You know what I mean? Like, why? That's the problem. Yeah, but I agree with that for sure.
Oh, glad to hear that. Yeah, fantastic. Severin did a fantastic job. They got the rights to all the original songs that were in the movie, and it's complete again. Fantastic. And a young Richard Gere is in there as well. It has a great performance in there.
As far as I know, there's never been a remake of The Creature from the Black Lagoon. If it was, I would certainly know about it.
I think that's in production. I don't think it's started yet.
As they talked about that in 1983, they were going to do one, you know. And again, they might as well ruin everything else. Why not, you know? And I saw the trailer for the new Frankenstein. I'll wait to maybe I'll see it. I don't know. You know, I can't say nothing about it. You know. Yeah, this is true. This is true.
And they were a couple for years too.
Yeah, never could understand that her part. But I don't know. Yeah. Who cares? Thank you, Rocco. That's that scene, Bolivian. That's what nobody knows what's going. It's out of context when Felix is annoying Oscar. Oscar's trying to think you lose his temper and trying to be nicer to Felix and not blow up at him. So he's in the other room getting ready for bed. Felix is in his room, Oscar's in his room, and he's reading the newspaper from the other room. Felix goes, Oscar, I just got a great article about Bolivia, an article in the newspaper about Bolivian chickens. And he's in his, and Oscar's going, Bolivian chickens, look what he's hitting me with. I can't believe it. He's in there and he goes, I hear they're raising them as big as cows or something like that. And Oscar's in this room and he goes,
You're kidding!
yeah, it's better in context, I think. A couple movie, better than a TV show. Well, coming from you, I'm not surprised you'd say that. Whoa, is that a low blow? That is. Get out of here. I have an opinion. I've never seen it.
Oh, Joe.
Classic Easy Rider. Yes.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. This is the movie that made Jack. I think,
Yes.
you know, and Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda are a great team. Too bad they were never able to follow that up with something else. But this is, I mean, independent filmmaking at its best, and good, solid movie.
As far as I'm concerned, Cuckoo's Nest made him Jack for me. But anyway, but what's the one when he's in the diner and he's getting mad in the diner?
That's five easy pieces.
Five easy pieces, which he's kind of playing a very similar character to the Easy Rider character, in my opinion.
Oh, come on. There's a lot of them. I don't even know where to begin. Can you come up with, you guys come up with any in your mind, or?
So many.
I don't know. I don't know the exact titles of all of them. William Shatner on the airplane, Telly Savalas with the doll, Tina doll, Billy Mooney as the kid that can make people vanish or turn into jack-in-the-boxes or whatever if he gets pissed off. The Midnight Sun. It's the one, it's too hot or too cold.
Well, the movie just remakes of some of the better.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
They may have written one new one, but for the most part, it was.
Was the Vietnam one new?
Yeah, that may have been the new.
The one that
worked out well.
Killed the kids.
Yeah, that one didn't. Yeah, that one didn't work.
And God, I forget it. Vic Morrow.
For some reason, I like the Burgess Meredith episodes. Most of his are like among my favorites. You're
talking about
always.
He's in more than once. You're talking about the
book.
He reads
like
the book.
five or six. He did a lot.
Which one are you talking about? Then when you say the books, the reading.
Too much time on my hands. There's never enough time or whatever that one's called.
Time enough at last.
Famous.
Yeah,
but.
Well,
there's one where he lives in like this Nazi kind of world, and people become superfluous, and then they get rid of them, and he subverts that whole concept and gets rid of the leader along with himself. It's pretty fast. It's one that you don't see that often, but it's really good.
Yeah, the dummy one. I'm not wild about it, but the thing about Time Enough at Last is that it's another one. Like, boy, once you know the ending of that, it's hard to watch. You know, it's so hard to watch these when you know them all already. All of them, really. You know, but.
Well, speaking of The Odd Couple, Jack Klugman does a couple of my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, I like the pool one, A Game of Pool with Jonathan Winters.
Yeah, he did at least 3 of them that I can think of.
Yeah. Well, let's start. Let's see. So let's talk now about things that we've seen. You know, of course, I'm going to go first because I don't know, just to get me out of the way. I say, of course, but because I want to rant a little bit about it.
Blow yourself up, Joe.
Blow myself. I don't have anything to show here. I'm not going to show anything.
Well, then never mind. All right, go on.
Well, first one I want to talk about. You know, again, every Halloween I try to say I'm going to watch all of the Universal classics, even though I've seen them a million times. You own them because presumably you want to revisit them. And the idea is where you own movies. And I figure the best time is Halloween. So every October or maybe September and October, I'm like, I want to watch all of these. However many there are. I never counted them. There's a lot of them, not just the monster ones. Some of them are not monsters. Some of them are haunted, the old dark house and things like that. Anyway, so I rewatched I don't know how many times I've seen it. We always say 100 times. The Mummy from 1932 with Boris Karloff. Now, the problem that I always had a problem with that. Anybody who grew up when I did will tell you they loved the first 10 minutes of it because it was scary and it had like a mummy in it with the bandages. Then through the rest of the movie, Karloff is unbandaged and he's just a regular guy. You know, but he's an old guy, you know, mysterious, mystical guy. But he's very good. It's just one of his best roles because he's more understated. You know, he's not over the top. He's really good. I love Karloff in The Mummy. But the reason I'm excited this time is because although I watched this how many times? I say 100. Maybe it's more like 15 in my life, which is still a lot. I never can get into it. And it's just dull as anything to me. And this was the first time in all these years that it just hit me right on an afternoon. And I even sent Tom a picture of that line.
I was just going to thank you for that. Yes.
What's that line again, Tom?
Do you have to open graves to find women to fall in love with?
Yeah. Meanwhile, David Manners doesn't go that way anyway in real life. So whatever. Be that as it may. So I enjoyed it this time. It's more like a love story and all that kind of stuff. All right, now I want to talk about a couple of visits to the theater. I went to the independent theater I go to, which shows films in there, and I went with my friend and Robert S. And the first thing was they were doing a double feature of Frankenstein, Karloff, and Bride of Frankenstein, Karloff, 2 1930s movies, their favorites. Now, the theater, it's a good-sized screen. There are not a lot of rows in there, but there's enough. It's just right size. And I picked the perfect spot where I like. And I've said many times that to me, there's nothing like watching a film in a movie theater. I always add with an appreciative audience. Now, the risk you run here is when you get people that like to play, ha ha ha, this is so old, it's so funny, and they laugh at things, right? For this particular movie theater, most of the people here are more serious film scholars kind of people. You don't get riffraff in here a lot. And I think there's also a club. You can join the club if you go enough, which I never did. And you have a pass and you go get money saved and things like that. So I go in there, sitting in my seat, and behind me, right behind me in the row, are 2 older people. I guess let's say early 70s, something like that. And right away, I could tell I was in for trouble when Frankenstein came on. Because, again, the movie started... First of all, I had them pegged as talkers right from the beginning, these 2. I could just tell. And then the movie starts, it says Frankenstein. And on the bottom, it has the year. It has, like, Roman numerals, XXX1. And so the guy goes, what's that? That's 19, or 10, 12, that's probably 30. I turned around and I said, please, you're not going to talk during the whole movie, right? Like I knew, I you know, they didn't say anything. Movie starts. The very first scene in the original Frankenstein has an old man, Edward Van Sloan, who's in the movie. There's a curtain. He comes out from a curtain and he goes, "How do you do?" And he starts talking about the movie you're about to see, blah, blah, blah. The guy, I swear to God, the curtain opens, the guy comes out, he goes, "How do you do?" And the old woman goes, and I said, "Oh, that's hilarious." I said, "That's really funny." You know, I'm like, I was doing that. You know, it's like there's nothing funny about it. But some people, they watch these old movies and they think it's corny or it's the way it's designed. And that's what some people, I know Mike's not here, Gray 1951, but he's told me he hates this when this happens. There's another scene in the movie where there's a hunchback assistant who is always torturing the monster, teasing him. And the monster eventually takes care of him. You know, you hear a scream. The two doctors run down into the to see where the monster is. What's that? And they open a door, and in the background, it's this chilling scene. Is the hunchback? He's hanging. The monster hung him, and he's not happy. The monster, because he got a hold of him finally and got to hang him. This woman was like, and I said, "Oh, that's so funny. The guy just got hung." I couldn't take it anymore. So she was doing that through the whole freaking movie. And at one point, she goes, I hear her going, "This is hilarious." She goes, "I've never seen this." She goes, "This is hilarious." Some people that, even though they're 75, they've never seen it. That's fine. But she says, this is really funny. And I said, "There's nothing funny about it." And I turned, and then she goes to me, "Oh, it's funny." You know, like she's going to double down on it. Anyway, so that was the experience with Frankenstein. Now, when we get to Bride of Frankenstein, there's a guy who was talking about these films. That one's a lot lighter. It's kind of a comical black comedy approach that James Whale took. So it wasn't so bad. It worked. The laugh worked when it was supposed to, right? So I enjoyed the second one more than the first one with this whole crow. So that was good. And there was
I just turned around and said, "You never saw these. I'll bet you saw them when they came out."
Tim, I need you there next time to help me with these things. So
that's funny. And turned back around.
That would have been good, but I didn't think of it. But with Bride of Frankenstein has the famous blind hermit scene that everybody's seen in Young Frankenstein, and that ruined that scene for a lot of people. I've seen Bride of Frankenstein in theaters like this, and they always laugh because they're thinking of Gene Hackman as the blind hermit, right? Yeah. I was surprised nobody cracked a smile. You could hear a pin drop. It was like respectful. And I appreciated that, but I'm almost done with it. So that was my theater experience. Now, 2 days later, they have the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid on there. I went to see it again with my friend Robert. So we go there. I've seen this on the big screen also. It's one of those movies you got to see on the big screen. It's really good on the big screen. Paul Newman, Robert Redford. They were doing a Robert Redford tribute. So I said to him, "I'm not sitting. I think this time I won't sit in low. I'm going to sit in the back row, the last row, with nobody behind me. So at least if somebody talks or something, I won't hear it." So we did, and we sat back there. Then all of a sudden, I hear a little mumble. The movie was about a half hour on. I started hearing like talking, mumbling, and I kind of like laughing. I'm like, "That sounds like that lady from last night." So I look. How do I explain? She's in the same two seats. Her and her husband are in the same two seats they were for Frankenstein. They're there also. Only this time, instead of me being in front of them, I was up here behind a few rows. But I still saw back of her. I couldn't miss that head. And when I looked at her pushed-in face like this, as I looked at, I knew it was her. And I guess they go regularly, and this is their seats. They come here to see anything almost. That's what I guess. So I know now when I go to see Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which is a fantastic film. I've just seen it recently again with my friend Anthony. I showed it to him. I didn't know I was going to go to the theater. Enough. I'm good with Butch for a while now. But
well, you know what you need to do, Joe, is next time you go to that theater, if you go with somebody and then sit in those seats, get there early enough and get those.
Yeah, I thought of that. But they'll still probably be in that vicinity. Right. Well, But I kind of sat, how do I describe it? It wasn't dead center, these seats. They were ever so slightly to the aisle. I like the aisle, but it wasn't like way over. You have these, right. It was just a little to the left.
Right.
No, I think I'm going to have to now stay in the back, but go more center, away from that thing. So that's my experience with what I watched. Is Tower of London Universal? Yeah, it is. It's not that good, but it's notable to me because it's got Karloff, and he's good. He's got Karloff. He doesn't have a big role. It's got Basil Rathbone. Both of them are in Son of Frankenstein, so it's good to see them in Tower of London also. It's also got a very young, and I mean very young, Vincent Price in it. So it's got Price, Karloff, and Rathbone in it. It's not great, but it's good. It's enjoyable enough, you know. So that's one of my not so much watched ones. Hello, Laura.
The Sicilian thing has to end.
Yeah. And what is she doing in that? I always wondered that. So for years, like I saw her first as in the comedies, and then later when I caught The Godfather, I sort of like that doesn't. She seems to have a place there, but that's only depending on what you saw first, right?
Well, I mean, it's roughly the same time, actually. I mean, what Godfather was being filmed in, 71, 72?
Yeah.
Right around the same time as she started her career with Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Plus, she was a Broadway star. I mean, she was in a production of Hair as well, wasn't she? I believe.
I first saw her in Sleeper. Like I say, that's the first time I think I heard of her. Oh, that was only 11 then. So. You know it. Rome loves Dan. Well, I mean, I don't like to do that. When the second movie was over, I joked. I went out and I told the people working there. I said, these two people, they're just annoying. They were there both movies. And she goes, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, next time tell us and we'll tell them to stop." I said, "I can't do that." You see what I mean? I can't. I wouldn't be able to do that, And what am I going to do? Leave a movie in the middle and go over there and tell you and go through this big rigmarole? I
mean, if it's your 500th time watching the movie, I mean, why not?
Well, yeah, but I don't mean that. I mean, yeah, but you know what's happening, sure, but I mean, I want to get the feeling of this big screen and everything. But
yeah,
you generally shut the F up while watching films and again, it's hit or miss. Most of the time, it's all right here, but Reservoir, Pulp Fiction all the way, not even close to me. Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, Reservoir Dogs has some great dialogue, and obviously the ear scene with Michael Madsen is classic, I think. But Pulp Fiction is the better film. It's the more entertaining film, and I think the dialogue in that one is even better than Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. I mean, this stuff I like. I like the opening diner scene. I love.
That's class. That diner scene is classic, but that's about it. I mean, and the ear scene. Those.
And the stuff with Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
That's part. That's all, and the rest of it, I can leave the rest of it. But I love Pulp Fiction is one of my all-time favorite films. Period. So that's for me.
I don't love either one of those films, to be honest. And I'm a huge Tarantino fan, but I think he got better after those. Just my opinion.
Yeah, but Pulp Fiction put him on the map, though.
Yeah, no, Reservoir Dogs really put him on the map, but yeah.
All right, Pulp Fiction put him on the mainstream map.
I'd never heard of him until Pulp Fiction myself.
All right.
I remember childhood days. Bunch of kids got at the picture theater. Saturday afternoon, movie would start with a short. Kids would throw stuff, stink bombs, nervous, holding hands with a date.
Yeah.
Now I am going to watch a movie. And if you dare to make a sound while the movie is on, I'll cut off your air supply. Another Honeymooner's line. Rocco's good for all of that. That's when Ralph and Norton get a TV. They chip in to get a TV set. And Ralph's trying to watch a movie. All right. So anyway, we got to move on here because before you know it, and Tim's got like a bunch of movies. So
yeah, go ahead, Tim.
I think Tarantino is freaking a great filmmaker, but probably the reason he's a great filmmaker is because he copies all the other filmmakers. Is that fair?
He did what Brian De Palma did.
Yeah, he borrows, but he does it in a good way. He doesn't remake their films or anything like a lot of people do. He does it in a respectful way.
Yeah. Tim, why don't you show us some of these movies? Now, I'm excited because it's horror, but I'm worried because it's all from one set. So I'm wondering, like, what
it is all from one. It is all from one, and I don't have a lot to say about them, to be honest.
Let's see if it's anything. When
I've had this for years. It was sealed, and I never opened it. And I opened it just for you, Joe, so I could talk about some horror films, kind of horror films. It's the Vincent Price collection.
Okay, I'll be able to talk maybe about some of these. But Vincent Price is my least favorite of all the great horror stars.
There's 6 films in here. And one of the first things I want to say, the prints looked great, by the way. They did a great job. All the films looked great.
Yeah, well, that's a regular.
Not one special feature, not even a trailer, nothing. Just the film. Which
that's a regular company. That's not like a cheapo company, right? Whatever.
No, yeah. This is, I don't know who put and it's in a weird box. I've never had a film box open this way. It opens. I'm not wild about the top comes off. It doesn't come out the side or anything. It's like it's a gift. It's like it's a shirt or something. It's a weird.
The shoe box.
Yeah.
I don't like the Poe films too much. But go ahead.
But. Okay, so I started, believe it or not, I couldn't believe this myself, but the first one I watched was Dr. Phibes. That's probably my favorite. And I didn't think I would I'd never seen it. I didn't think I would like this movie because of his stupid wig and all of that. But you know what? I thought this was the best one of the lot.
And hold on a minute. I'm going to have a lot to say maybe in some of these. I like Abominable Dr. Phibes. And the sequel's not bad either. Dr. Phibes Rises Again.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have
Boozbucks, Joseph Cotton too.
Yeah. And it was filmed really well. It was done really well. It looked great. It looked like they spent more money on it than I know that they did. So
that's a good one.
It was a good one. And then I watched Scream and Scream Again, which
it's been a while. It's been a while.
I didn't really like it all. I mean, it was okay, but there was nothing great about it or anything.
I like the song. Does it have the song in it?
Scream Again. But it's probably my least favorite of all the films I saw. It just was, it was okay. And then The Pit and the Pendulum was the next one I watched.
I like that one. I like that one.
That was good, but I mean, the Pit and the Pendulum only comes in the last 5 minutes of the film.
or something like that. A better Pit and the Pendulum movie I want to recommend is The Raven, but the 1935 version with Karloff and Lugosi in it. It's an hour long. Watch it.
Yeah. And then Tales of Terror, that might actually be my least favorite of them.
Yeah, that's different.
3 short films put together. None of them are spectacularly great, and again, it was just okay.
Madhouse is better. I hope you watch Madhouse. That's better. I thought.
Well, you know what? That's probably my third least favorite. Mask of the Red Death is the one I watched next. I liked that, but again, it wasn't. It was okay. It was good, but it wasn't. It wasn't great. And then Madhouse. I didn't love Madhouse either.
That had the possible future Mrs. McCartney.
Right, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. That was the best thing about Madhouse was Jane Asher was in it.
Mask of the
Red Death. Man, I get them. I watched them all in like a week. I get them confused. Mask of the Red Death.
Is good. I like Madhouse.
Jane Asher, Madhouse. I didn't love Madhouse, and Mask of the Red Death also had. Wasn't this the one with Barbara Steele? But she was hardly in it. But she's like second build.
I don't know about that.
I didn't understand that either. She's like second build, and she's hardly in the thing. But that's it. That's what I watched.
But Madhouse, if I'm not mistaken,
a trailer or anything, and I don't have a lot to say about them. I don't know what. These films are all talked about a billion times before. So,
well, you haven't talked about them a billion times.
No,
but if there's not much to say, there's not much to say. But
yeah. Well, and watching them all in one of the first day, I watched 2 of them. So I get them mixed up in my head because they all are samey in one.
I mean, those films are generally what, like 90 minutes or less a piece. So
Yeah, they're about 90 minutes exactly, almost all of them,
Yeah,
between 90 and
right.
96 minutes. They're
right.
But isn't Madhouse has a scene in there, a shot that I like that Doc Doctors used to use when he goes opens it.
yeah. The Madhouse is the one with Vincent Price going, yeah. That was the best part of the movie for me. It just I recognize that scene.
Which thriller are we talking about? If you're talking about Boris Karloff's thriller, I don't believe so. I think that's what Rocco would be talking about, not the Michael Jackson thing.
I hope not.
I watched Something Wicked this week, comes on Disney
Oh yeah.
Plus. Never seen it.
I hadn't seen that since the early '80s myself.
My first favorite John Carpenter film is either probably The Thing and Halloween.
The Thing is fantastic. It really is.
So. Right.
I don't think
this might be a good time because I mean horror is really like kicking in these years, right, Tom?
I was amazed when I heard this earlier. Now I didn't get the exact number. However, in 2017, horror films had a record-breaking year. They grossed a lot of money. So far, already in 2025, horror films had broken that record. So horror films in 2025 has grossed more money than any other year in cinema history, which is pretty amazing.
And what have I said a lot of times? Even though I don't really watch a lot of new movies, I think the horror is going. They're very good these days, or whatever. They're pretty good. So
some of them some of them did really good. I mean, Sinners did really well at the box office. Weapons, which did really good. I don't think you saw that, but you got a comment up, so that must. So unlike Danny, I'll stop so you can read the comment.
No, well, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my mood sometimes. Scream Again song is by the Amen Corner. I heard it in one of their CD greatest hits. Oh, I've also been watching a lot of Monsters still. I'm still doing good. That's one thing I've been keeping up with, trying to do that, finish season 2. I'm almost done. But then I'm going to watch the feature Monster Go Home, which I don't love, but I'm going to see it anyway. And then the reunion movie, 1981's Monsters Revenge, which I like even less. But I'm still going to watch it for Halloween season because I got them. In fact, I was thinking of picking Monster Go Home up on, I don't know if it's Kino Lorber or something. It's a separate release. I have it as a DVD. As part of the TV series box set of Monsters, they put the features on there too. I might get the Blu-ray. What was I also going to say about that? Lost it. All right. Michael Jackson's. Oh, because of Christensen Price. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close in hand.
It's sad to me that a lot of people born later, that's all they know him for is that. I don't know about this one. I just watched this episode. Zombo! Anything you'd like to say, Eddie Munster? Yeah. I think Zombo's a big fake. Like everybody to know, Zombo's nothing but a big fake. Oh, man. I wish I could remember what I was going to say before, right? When you forget, it always seems like it was going to be something good. I had a good one, too. So, Tom, you probably didn't see nothing.
Well, I watched one thing last night, and, sometimes I make fun of you for watching things over and over again, but I still hadn't watched the Criterion release of Spinal Tap that just came out. So I watched the movie last night. And it still cracks me up after many years of watching it. So Criterion did a great job with the film, restoring it, and looks great. And I still laugh. So there you go.
Well, listen, young man, when you said a about, I sometimes make fun of you for watching the same things over and over. That's one reason we have a collection. You got a huge collection.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm in the same camp. There's a lot of films that I watch over and over again too. However, I do like to venture out more and watch more newer films. But
well, newer not so much. But I like to watch some first time older films that I haven't seen.
Right.
Theater of Blood. That's a good one. That's another one. All tongue in cheek. These movies. It was silly, but yeah, I think that's one of his better movies. Theater of Blood.
Very good.
That it's Only Fools and Horses, I guess. Yeah. When I was talking a little bit earlier about I was watching that Scream Factory, Shout Factory Blu-ray of the improved Murders in the Rue Morgue with Lugosi. I've seen it plenty of times. It's only 60 minutes. It's one of the short ones, 61 to 2 minutes. I've been trying to watch it every day. I just tried to watch it this afternoon. I took a nap. I put it on at 12 noon. I was out. I woke up at 2.
Go to Scream Factory's website. I think they're doing a sale.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Check that out.
I see, said the blind man.
Being
show's over.
Yeah.
We always do that. We got time for just 30, 40 more questions.
Yeah. Kino Lorber was having a sale too. I don't know if it's still on or not.
No, that's what I wanted to say. I found out that they're putting out they have out the airport one. We talked about this airport movies.
The airport movies, yeah.
And I don't know, like I like Kino Lorber, but I mean, I just got a Blu-ray of a box of those. Universal. Universal, maybe Kino Lorber.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of crappy thing. I mean, the same thing with vinyl too. Companies will get the licensing for a product, and then they put it out, and then 10 years later, another company will get the licensing for it, and then they'll put it out. So that's kind of frustrating sometimes. But whatever.
You don't have to buy them all. At least they're in print because nothing stays in print anymore. Right. That's the thing. Back in the day, things used to stay in print. They don't anymore. So it's a good thing.
The companies would put them out themselves because they knew they would make some money off of it. Now they're being more selective on what they're putting out, so they're licensing stuff out more than what they used to.
Yes. Yeah.
I might get. I wouldn't buy like the other ones. I mean, I like Airport 75 because of Chuck Heston. I might buy that one on the special whatever Kino Lorber or whatever. But I don't think I'd get all the other ones separate.
Yeah. First one's the best, anyways.
Oh, are you kidding me? Sanford & Son is great. It's great. Red Fox. Oh, come on. I never saw Steptoe and Son, but man, come on. Hey, you dummy. Let me tell you something, dummy. Yeah, that's great. I haven't seen Saturday Night Fever in ages.
Love it.
I liked it back then, but
I only saw it once and didn't love it actually.
Yeah.
Great story. I mean, the music's popular and all that stuff, but when you break it down and peel the layers, I mean, the story of itself is very. I mean, you can relate to it in a way when you break down the story.
I'm trying to remember the story. Well, at least I got it right. He wants. He really comes alive, John Travolta, when he's at the disco. Then he's like, that's his life. And I know his father, gives him a smack in the head and stuff. Yeah. Messes up his hair.
Yeah, right. He's dealing with the pressures of, being out of school, pressures of the future, pressures of relationships and so, I mean, it's, it is the people that have the pressures that kids, of that age, what they deal with, and, with friendships and gangs and, being there for your friends and all that stuff, So.
Love the Amicus anthology horror films. Who has a favorite? A lot of them run together in my mind. I like The House That Dripped Blood and Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. Those are probably is Dr. Terror's House of Horrors Amicus? I think it is. Those are probably House That Dripped Blood, Tales from the Crypt, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. Oh, racist, eh? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's the way they do it today. If you don't like something. Well,
But
I think
in America's defense, other countries have stolen American shows too. Because we had TV before most other countries, and everybody borrows everybody else's ideas. You can't go, oh, it's only America steals. No, every country steals. I guarantee it.
I mean, that's the movie he won the Oscar for, right? So,
well, do I think it's his best performance? I'm going to say yes. I like I say, I like him mostly because his persona and his larger than life, personality in the movies. But I think that's probably his best performance. I think Planet of the Apes is also a very good performance, actually. Even though not just because I love horror and science fiction, but I think it's a good performance. The movie Will Penny, a Western, is good also. But Ben-Hur it's all owed to the director, William Wyler. I mean, he used to work hard to push these actors to do like 100 takes. Like he really, really worked hard. It shows on the screen. So I think the director I owe that to. I think.
And even though he was typecast in Touch of Evil, I think he was really good in that too.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if he was Mexican.
Miscast. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tim, I missed your comment. What was that?
I meant to say miscast in that. Yeah.
Tim, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said he would have been. I think it would have been better if he wasn't a Mexican in that film, because he doesn't come off as a Mexican.
Well,
or would have been better if they had a Mexican actually in the role.
Yeah. If you're gonna do that, but
I buy him as what I call Mexican American kind of, Americanized.
Right. I mean, that could have been the case too.
Although that's not really, I think maybe, but he's supposed to be from Mexico. I don't know, whatever. But everybody loves the movie, so obviously it must be okay.
No, it's a great film. It's a great film.
Yeah, Dominic, that's the guy that looks like Tim Allen, according to Ray. He's in the movie I mentioned, House That Dripped Blood. Well, I love The Omega Man. It's one of my very favorite Charlton Heston movies and one of my favorite movies, period. But I don't think it's like this great performance or anything in it.
Now, I've been meaning to ask you, and maybe I had to ask you this, but it's been years maybe since I asked you. But in the movie, when he's having the scene with the woman and she's topless, they purposely blur it out, her chest out, don't they?
They don't blur it, no.
No,
you could see it. I think what's going on there, but I know the shot, but it's a distance shot.
It's a distance, right? Yeah.
And it's I don't know if they blur it out on TV or something, but it's not a very lingering shot.
No, it's not. No,
and I think it's kind of like darkish. It's,
yeah.
I mean, to me, the Ten Commandments, this will be the middle. It's so like over the top. There's something about it that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I grew up with that movie on TV every year, and my mother took me to see it in the 70s when I was a kid. My first movie, I'm going to say 3D movie. That wasn't my first 3D movie. Was House of Wax. But I like the movie. But when I watch it these days, I just think it's kind of like, I can't think what the word is. Corny, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Besides Ann Baxter, I think everybody's over the top in that film.
Well, I think Ann Baxter's over the top too. In some scenes, what she goes, Moses.
Maybe, but I think she's the only one in there that's really actually trying.
Trying? Oh, come on, Heston's trying.
I think that was a paycheck. I think that was just a paycheck for everybody in that movie.
Not for Charlton Heston, it wasn't. You better read his autobiography and his diaries. Come on. That wasn't a
good movie, but I don't think it was anything special in the acting.
He always gave his all, and that was no exception. But over the top is different. When you said just like phone, not trying, that's like more like being underacting.
Sometimes I think when you're over the top, I think sometimes you can be phoning it in as well.
And Yul Brynner, I like Yul Brynner in the movie.
Hello, Beatles Pro.
Hello. Oh yeah. By the way, hello, Mr. Beatles Pro. So we got time for just 30, 40 more questions.
Have either of you guys seen the original silent version of the Ten Commandments?
Yeah.
I mean,
I did watch that one.
In a way, I mean, it's not as good of a film, but in a way, the special effects rival what he was able to do in the 50s. And considering it's the 20s and silence, the special effects in that movie are amazing for the time.
Yeah, and apparently we're noticing that when you do the StreamYard now, you're getting your handle name with second name or whatever.
Yeah.
I know who you are, of course, because of the picture and everything.
Yeah.
But you can change it. You can change it anytime you want. You can change it to Mick 64 if you want, Mick 1964. And a lot of people watching, I suggest you do that if you can. It match your other name. Now, the reason they do that is I've always wondered about why YouTube allows this. Because people could show up here as somebody else if you just use your regular screen name, right? Like somebody else could come on here as Mick 1964. It could be use your avatar, use your name, Mick 1960. We've had that many times. You don't know who's real. But once you make that handle like you got there, that's unique. Nobody can copy that. So I'm glad, in a way, that they're switching to that. So that you're the only one, well, I can't say it, Michael, YSAGHT1, the only one that could be that. So I'll always know it's you that way, and I think that's smart. That's a good way that they're, if they're going to keep that you don't get a lot of riffraff. Having said that, a lot of riffraffers out there are going to try now. I get it,
Yeah.
But I just asked that I know who everybody is. If I'm sorry, hold on, Tom, but like if you just called yourself, I'm just making a name, a Bozo 85 or something, I wouldn't know it's you at all. But I know this is you because you got the MC and you got your avatar in there. Otherwise, I don't know. But anyway, go ahead, Tom.
No, all I was going to say was, if somebody wants something bad enough, they'll do it. They'll figure out. Oh yeah,
they do, because you got to understand, a lot of people out there have absolutely no life, no imagination.
Yep, no life, and they make fun of us for not having a life, but they have no life because they're.
It's a little thing that's lost on these people. I used to laugh at that. Right. It's like, man, don't you understand that you had less of a life, making fun of living your life, talking about how people don't have lives?
Yeah,
not smart people.
Yeah, which is worse, making videos about nothing or actually watching the videos about nothing and then making fun of them? I would argue the latter.
Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours making videos about those that don't do nothing.
I would argue the latter. Sorry, but at least we're doing something.
Well, like I said, I don't know. You can always change that handle name.
I like this one. I think this is one of the better later day films that Robert De Niro is in, and I like the concept of it. Taking a drug that that supersedes what your mind can do, testing the limits of someone's own physical ability mental ability, and it was interesting. I like Bradley Cooper. I thought was really good in the movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
But still, if you don't want me going back just for a moment, let me put this here. Like Mr. Beatles Pro, I'm guessing like his handle name here, that they call it, matches his channel title name. So no problem there. But somebody else could come on, take his avatar, put Mr. Beatles Pro 1. They can't make it exactly like that. Well, maybe take just the A out. Betles, like put the and that would be different name, but I might not know. I might not know it's somebody else because you have to really know the person's handle. You got to really know, especially if they use number like this fellow here, like Joseph Mantaneo. I know he's the only one, but somebody could go up there, Joseph Mantaneo, 1377, and I would have no idea. I think it was Joseph. I wouldn't even know it was somebody else. Unless I know.
Before they did this, I don't know if you noticed, before they did this, they were adding, they gave everybody a number, and they were adding the numbers to the names in the chat before they changed it to this. That started a few weeks ago. So when you were on, I was like, no at, but I was Tim Allen, whatever number they put on the end. They did that to try to solve this problem, and now they've gone to this instead.
Well, at least they're trying something. I just want to see if hold on a minute. Now, see, they don't have the go to channel thing. That's what you have to do. I learned this trick too. You have 3 dots next to everybody's name, and say somebody pops up like Mr. Beatles Pro, I'll use, and I could do the 3 dots, and there used to be an option to go to his channel, like while I'm live here. I press go to channel, it pops up, and I see, oh, that's the real channel. That's him. It's not some idiot that has nobody, just joined. All right, I know it's really him. But you can't do that. They don't have that option to go to channel here. What you got to do, what I have to do is I have to open another screen. I'd have to open a second screen on the side while I'm live and watch as a viewer. You can do it if you watch, I think, as a viewer, you can do that. But not when you're running the stream. That's what I'm trying to say. You can go to their channel if you're watching the thing, but not when you're hosting it, which doesn't make any sense. Anyway, now that I've given a lot of you out there tips of how to troll, you might.
Way to go, Joe. Way to go.
Yeah, thanks.
I caught up with the Marx Brothers late in life, and when I did, I still don't love them like the other comedians, but I like them, and I've seen them all now. I'm pretty sure. And Duck Soup, yes, would be my favorite, but also A Night at the Opera. Those two are my favorites.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Day at the Races is okay.
I like Room Service, which a lot of people don't.
My least favorite one. I think that's my least favorite one.
Yeah, I kind of like Room Service.
I like the Kiss song called Room Service.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, Tom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Did I say it right in my video?
You did, but then you turned it into more of a Gene Simmons appreciation at the end.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was saving for nothing personal, Gene.
Yeah.
I was saving it for you when you die. I mean, that was going to be my whole shtick. What Kiss was about, how much I appreciate that. I got nothing, and I should have at least I didn't mention the Tom Snyder show in that, did I? In that video?
Oh no, but I mean, that was just like comedy gold, I think, with Ace. And then you pan over to Gene, and you can just see in his face like how pissed off he is.
Well, I'm saying I hate to say it, I'd be Gene in that situation. You know? But
you know what? If you go back to when Gene appeared on the Mike Douglas show, they were all making fun of him, all the other guests and stuff like that. So you can see him kind of like cracking up or something. And then I forgot the older lady. She goes, "Wouldn't that be just something if you were just a young Jewish boy?" And
yeah, I remember that.
And then he actually just starts cracking up.
Cody Fields, I think.
Yeah.
Room Service is not a Marx Brothers movie.
Wow, they're in it.
By who?
So.
I
think it's their first film, and they're in it. But
Room Service is not the first film. Isn't it Animal Crackers?
It's one of the first films.
I got to tell you, Tim, I don't want to say. I think it's later on, actually. Room Service. No,
I can't. I just know that they're not top building. I'm not a huge Marx Brothers fan. I just know that they're not top building.
The first ones are kind of cringy. I mean, Animal Crackers. I think the Coconuts might be the first one. It's 1929. They were a little rough. And Love Happy. That's the last
songs.
And Rome Loves Dan knows the song I'm talking about. So good on you, Rome. That's awesome.
I know a thing or two about her. That's Beans. Tribute to Beans.
Good old Beansy. Yep.
Oh man. Do I have my Beans button? Oh.
Those were the days. Yeah, I've got mine right here behind the laptop here. Yeah.
It's in here somewhere, but I can't get it fast.
Always dangling on my snowman.
Yeah.
Beans was so fun. Remember we used to get into that with the kids stuff?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Those were some good times. Good times. Yes, I've seen In the Name of the Father. Yeah, I think it's a great performance, but not such a good movie. I mean, the movie's fine, but I don't think it's one of his better films.
I guess they're just the band that Americans had because they were starved for rock bands. Most of their bands were crap. No offense.
Well, say what you will, but you got to respect 50 years in the business. Doesn't mean you. I mean, that doesn't mean that you can be. Doesn't matter if you're a great band or a good band. You lasted 50 years. I mean that in itself, says
I
something.
still can't believe it. I called that one wrong. That's for sure. When I said these guys are, just about the look, and I said they'll be done in no time. But to
last 50 years, you have to be more than just a gimmick. Okay, and they were.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know if I know any Kim Cattrall movies except for isn't she in one of the Star Trek?
Porky's.
Yes, Bruce
She's a mannequin, isn't she?
She's a mannequin. Yep. Yep.
Oh, mannequin. That's right.
She was in one of the. I think she was in one of the Police Academy movies as well.
Night in Casablanca. Yeah, that's right. She was. Yeah. I think she was in Star Trek.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and of course, Sex and the City, of course.
Oh yeah, well,
of course.
That's the kind of woman I want to like meet her, and marry Charlotte. But I want to be with Kim Cattrall's character. Okay, 50 Thunder. I'm about to end the show, so I have to end the show. I'm running a little late right now, even. Thank you.
No procrastinating here, Joe.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, I had to fix that video.
30 more questions. That's it.
But by the way, that McCartney box single set, I was almost thinking of selling it.
Oh.
I'm never going to do anything with that. I mean, it's really getting like that. What am I going to do with that thing? I'm not going to play all the singles.
Play it?
Nope. Not that. No, Tim. No way. I'd rather have the real ones. But anyway,
I've got all those.
Some of them don't exist as real ones. So there you go.
They don't. What do I know? Is that true?
Yeah, a few of them.
Anyway, I hear it's up to $3,000. I've heard. Is that true?
I haven't looked because I'm not in the market for one.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. There's lots of stuff.
Somebody did a really smart thing, and they sold them individually, and some of them were going for $100 at a time.
So
what are you going to do with the box after?
Well, who knows? But maybe
Love is Strange is one that wasn't. It was a single that didn't come out, but it's in the box. Yeah, there's a couple of those.
Yeah. All right, I got to run because I'm late. I'm now officially late. So, okay, everybody, thank you. Subscribe if you by any chance haven't already, and we will do this again real soon. Cheers.